Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me for this prestigious webinar. I am tasked to present the airline industry trends and issues 2020 and 2021. I am Vicente Esmaravilla, and I have been in the academe for almost 6 years. I've been teaching tourism courses and also teaching Amadeus, which is a global distribution system for the tourism students. Okay, so the airline industry is challenged. It's much challenged. However, over the last few years, the airline have been able to harness those challenges and transform them into profitable opportunities. The industry's ability to accomplish this has been so amazing as they constantly evaluate their metrics. The bottom line has evolved to a healthy place that has allowed the airlines to um, properly manage its competition. With rising passenger expectation, fuel cost, regulations changes, and stiff competition, and also the repatriation and the impact of pandemic to the airline industry or aviation industry, 2021 is thought to be a transformational year in the airline projections. Number one trend is the utilization of robots. Robots are establishing themselves to be the first to assist passengers during the busy times at the airport. Thanks to the artificial intelligence and machine learning, many of these robots have the ability to learn and expand their knowledge so they can provide more relevant information to passengers and additional operational benefits to airports and the airline. So, as more airports adopt this trend, the technology will play a crucial part in strengthening the relationship between passenger and the airports throughout 2021. Last year, Munich Airport um, teamed up with Lufthansa to trial Jose Pepper, a humanoid robot developed by SoftBank Robotics, which provides information to passengers using IBM Watson Internet of Things, thanks to the artificial intelligence. Next trend is the passenger solution. The integration of 5G network has begun. This feature is a way of airports acknowledging the demands of its passengers. The adoption of various technologies helping passengers quickly maneuver through an airport enhances their experience, with the result being overwhelmingly positive. For example, if you can move quickly through checking baggage or security and customs expeditiously, the likelihood of a travel preference to a specific city's airport is increased, which brings about a positive local and financial impact. These changes in the airline industry are making competition stiff around the globe. Here are some actions using 5G. First is social distancing measurement. Um, Digital cameras and sensors that monitor the average distance between passenger and staff. Next is security checkpoints. It is a self-service facial recognition and biometrics devices for contactless entry. And then the mobile concessions. Um, in-app ordering and delivery, as well as dispersed point of sale kiosks with self-service payments for food, beverage, and retail. And then we have the cleaning and maintenance, ionization, ultraviolet light technology, and robotic cleaning scrubbers to rigorously disinfect the airport and the airline or the aircraft. And then health checks, screening, temperature checks via infrared, infrared scanners, and sensors and autonomous thermometers for airport and the, of course, airline employees, and as mandated for passengers as well. And then the passengers communication, proximity based digital signage, virtual queuing, or volunteer notifications, and then of course Wi-Fi connection portal messaging, and PSAs to remind passengers and staff of health and safety protocols. Next trend is the liquid rules to be eased. There are three areas that are causing the most anguish with passengers, and they are removing items like liquids, gels, and electronics. Although, through the advent of enhanced technology, this will soon become days of the past. With passengers able to pass through security checkpoints quicker in the airport, flight operations and passenger satisfaction will be greatly improved. And as walk traffic will flow seamlessly. CT technology applies sophisticated algorithms for the detection of explosive and other threats. This cutting uh, edge kit will mean that our future passengers can keep their focus on getting on with their journey. It's less preparation by passengers, and the removal of separate trays should also speed the process along. Fourth trend is a more paperless and trustworthy system. Using blockchain technology being fully embraced now by the airline industry and regulators, there is hope to improve safety and security functions. With this technology, you will have the ability to store and track more information with less paper. This transparency is viewed as an asset with the increase in passengers' travel. Uh, it could be domestic or international travels, reducing the need for manual verification, such as you don't need to present your tickets via printed boarding pass, but just the e-ticket would be fine. Passengers at Shanghai Pudong International Airport can now shorten their time for immigration inspection, security checks, and boarding of overseas flights by using a digital boarding pass, reports Shine. Then, to begin the process, the traveler will receive a digital boarding pass from their airline once they complete the online check in. Then, compared to the traditional boarding pass, the digital pass will negate queuing at the counter. Thanks to the personalized QR code, passengers can finish the process by scanning the QR code at the self-service machines. Next is the biometrics. What is now becoming reality? Biometrics are now becoming the future in aviation travel. There have been several trial runs of face recognition technology utilized in major airports around the world. There's also been the introduction of palm vein identification. The overall objective is to reduce security lines and putting more functionalities at an airline's gates. This reduces the need for manpower and increase the speed at which the passengers board their flights. There is a significant push for airports and airlines to incorporate this technology. Biometrics has become less of a buzzword and more of a reality in the past year, with the number of initiatives coming to fruition and trials taking place across the world. Among the US airline committed to exploring new and innovative ways to improve the passenger processing and the customer experience through biometrics. Um, these experiences are being done by Delta Airlines and American Airlines. Delta, in partnership with US Customs and Border Protection, or CBP, Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, recently unveiled the first biometric terminal in the United States. Meanwhile, American Airlines has become the latest carrier to trial biometrics at Los Angeles International Airport. And then we have here the issues in airline industry. According to industry figures released on 30 September 2020, the severe downturn in air traffic during 2020 caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, which was then followed by a slower than expected recovery, will result in a loss of up to 46 million jobs that are normally supported by aviation around the globe, with 52% reduction. Under normal circumstances, aviation and tourism, it facilitates support 87.7 million jobs worldwide. Over 11 million jobs are within the sector itself. Um, Employed at airlines, airports, civil aerospace, and air traffic management. The near total shutdown of the system for several months, as well as the stop or start nature of its reopening, means that air travel will not recover to pre-COVID-19 levels until around 2024. Take note that 43% reduction is a large chunk of a direct aviation job losses. Nearly 39,200 special repatriation flights took nearly 54 million citizens home after borders closed in March 2020. And then nearly 46,400 special cargo flights transported 1.5 million tons of cargo, mostly medical equipment, to areas in need during the height of the pandemic response. It is indeed a challenging year for the aviation industry with this COVID-19 pandemic. Before I'll end this presentation, let me give you a quote. As long as the world keeps on turning, people also keeps on moving. Tourism keeps on flying. I hope that I have imparted the relevant information on the current trends and issues in the airline industry. So for references to read more about the information that I have shared to you this afternoon, you may visit these websites. Again, thank you so much for listening. Yes, ma'am.